Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So over the past few months, I've been seeing a lot of posts using AI to AI generate World of Warcraft characters, sceneries, to make it more photorealistic, as someone put it, to make it look like real life, whatever you want to call it.
Bruh, look at this dude.
So I started thinking about this for a little bit now, trying to decide how I feel about it. So before I get into it, I just want to let it be clear that I am not an AI hater, Andy, okay? I like AI. I think AI is a great tool when used properly. So don't, take this as like, oh, I'm against AI or anything, like I'm not. I'm just saying that as in regards to World of Warcraft, I don't think it's the best idea. But before we get into that, first I have to tell you about my new sponsor, Overly Jaded. Overly Jaded is a new clothing brand that started in 2024 and officially launched last month in June 2025. I'm happy to be able to sponsor them and show off some of their designs. They have 5 designs available right now. That's all part of their 2025 collection with more to come. 6-ounce heavyweight tee with pigment dyed colors which provide a vintage look that will remain for the life of the shirt. That means there's no fading after a couple dozen washes. It's 100% ring spun cotton, and the best part? It's pre-shrunk. The shirt won't shrink on you. My personal favorite is Unforgiving Times. I like this one because she's like a statue, like the ones that the Greeks would carve out back in the day. And with that one-handed horseman sinister slicer, she's out here ready for battle. Plus, the red bandana over her eyes reminds me of the Black Temple priest shoulders, which is just so iconic. Whenever you think of priest, an image of these shoulders just blasts into your head like,
I absolve you of your sins. You have been forgiven.
And ever since I laid eyes on this shirt and those priest shoulders just...
Hey, you're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right?
in my head. But if you want a second option, I'd go with Clarity. That's not your eyes, buddy. That's the shirt doing that. So go on over to overlyjaded.com, link in the description below, and use code CASUAL10. That's CASUAL10, all capital letters, and save 10% off your order. Thank you again, Overly Jaded, and remember to stay real, stay you, stay jaded. Now some of these videos are pretty impressive, and they look good, they look realistic, and I mean, there's not really else much to say about it. And there's a lot of people who actually like this, and some even say that they want WoW 2 to be like this. Think about how WoW runs now. I know there's plenty of people who play on laptops. Most people probably play on the tower PCs. Even at your best, when you have all the best equipment, you're still going to experience lag. Not because your PC is overheating, but because the game is just laggy sometimes. So while these AI generated videos are fun to look at and fantasize about, when put into practice, in reality, the execution may not be what everyone thinks it'll be. Most likely, for most people, probably, it'll end up like this.
Wait, dude, it's getting hot in here.
Wait, what's that noise? Like my PC!
Looks amazing. Now imagine what your raid or PvP experience would be like with graphics like this. You'd see less movement from your character than the models shown above, which I think is absolutely true. If Blizzard wouldn't be a dead company, they would present WoW 2 or maybe even 3 by now with such graphics. One, I don't think it's Blizzard's fault for not bringing out WoW 2 or 3 by now. If you want those, we kind of already have those. They're called Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 3. On another note, I think it's just a matter of technology. Unreal Engine 5 has been around for a couple years now, and there's still a lot of advancements to be made with that. There's still a lot of systems that really can't run it all that well. I bought and played through The Quarry, which is an Unreal Engine 5 game, and I've tried to record it so that I could make some sort of content with it, but the lagging, the game on its own when running is fine and smooth, but when I bring up OBS to record the actual gameplay, the lag would kick up so bad and I really couldn't play much of it. It would be behind, and the reaction times with that game, it just wasn't doable. Now imagine taking a game that's readily available to anybody, everywhere, all over the globe with relatively low graphic standards. Even you can adjust these in the game to fit your needs and how your device runs, and just bump it all up to Real Engine 5. I feel like that would turn away a lot of people, mostly because, well, some because they wouldn't like the graphic style, right? Two, mostly because it probably wouldn't be able to be run on many people's devices. WoW's cartoony look is part of its charm. I think that's a big, big selling point with WoW. Not really a selling point, but it's a big nostalgia point. When you take a break from this game for a year or two, like I have before, and you come back to it, it's seeing the way that everything is designed, how each class and race looks, how the weapons, the environment looks. It brings you back. It pulls at your heartstrings and reels you back in. So now you're probably thinking, okay, well, you don't want realistic graphics, then what do you want? I think Blizzard has a good start with the cinematic quality that they have now. And I'm not talking about the expansion cinematics, I'm talking about the in-game cinematics. I think it's a good start and it keeps that cartoony charm that WoW has. But to add on to that, I think we need to be promoting and supporting in whatever way we can creators, independent creators who use this same style to make their own content. Like Pivotal here, Pivotal YT, these are some of their works. Absolutely fell in love with the cat and opening all the portals and the and the mage that's writing portals are not for free use or whatever. I'm not currently looking at it, but you know what I mean. This is what we should be promoting, and this is what we should see more of. This actually looks better than what Blizzard produces in the actual game. So I think we should encourage Blizzard to maybe hire these guys on, and in turn, us, the player base, gets a better experience. Not to mention all the stuff that Hurricane does. I don't know if the dude gets paid to do these, but those look great. And that's kind of like an in-between. It's kind of like a middle ground of realistic graphics and keeping with WoW's cartoony nostalgia look. I mean, one of my favorites from him is the Journey trailer for Wrath of the Lich King Classic. And it's not just because it looked really cool and Wrath was the first expansion that I started playing in, but also because I'm in it. Look, there I am. This happened before I changed the name of the channel to what it is currently, but it still counts, it's still me. So that's all I really have to say. I'm not trying to make an AI WoW hate video here. I'm not trying to say you can't enjoy that content. I'm not saying it's wrong to do that. I'm just saying don't get your hopes up high that Blizzard will ever go to this, because the likelihood of that happening I don't think is very high, but also the execution may not be what you think it will be. It's nice to fantasize about, but that's really about it. In reality, I think Blizzard should hire more people like Pivotal and Hurricane to start designing and changing the graphics around to that type of realistic style, especially if they finish off the War Within series of expansions and then start anew with WoW 2 like it was rumored like last year. I think that'll be a good point to do it, and I think taking Hurricane style specifically, I think that would be a good workaround for people on both sides of the aisle for this topic, because it mixes that realism but also keeps that nostalgia graphic look that WoW is so known for. So what do you think? Leave a comment down below. Let's talk about it, and I'll see you in the next one.